I wanted to make this small video because the topic at hand seems to be really big here recently, and it's actually been a big deal for a couple of years. And I know I'm a nobody. Nobody knows who I am, but I feel that if one person can see this and kind of understand, then it was worth it. But the topic I'm talking about today is the whole body shaming. Is it real? And if so, who does it affect? Now, a lot of people, not going to mention any names, but a lot of people think that body shaming isn't real. That it's just an excuse for overweight people to say you're discriminating against me because I'm not a size 3. And that's not exactly true. Body shaming is real, whether you are bulimic, 90 pounds underweight, or 300 pounds overweight. It's a big deal for everyone. And it is real, and it affects millions of people every day, whether you realize it or not. I mean, you might even be affected and you don't even realize it. But overeating, undereating, those kind of things, that's an eating disorder. And when most people hear eating disorder, they think anorexia or bulimia. They think it's more with the underweight people as an eating disorder, which in fact it's both sides of the spectrum. To have an eating disorder, you can be underweight or overweight. It doesn't really matter. It's no excuse, but it's still a real thing that people go through every day. Eating disorders and overeating are like alcohol to alcoholics or drugs to drug addicts. Most people won't believe, they just don't believe it, but it's true. So to some people, having access to food outside of the normal nutritional, what we have to survive, is a real need. It's a craving. A lot of people get satisfaction from it, and a lot of people don't understand that, and that's why it's so easy to discriminate against it, because you don't understand. And that's perfectly fine, but it's just not fair to go around throwing out names or saying it's your excuse or a crutch when you don't really understand it yourself. It's really a big deal, and it causes a lot of problems with people any age, from young kids to senior citizens. It doesn't just affect a gender or an age, it affects everyone. Everybody is self-conscious of the way they look, whether it be their hair, their weight, their skin color. Everyone is affected by some form of body shaming. And the topic of weight is just one of those really big things, because for some reason people think you have to be a size 3 or 2 or even a 4 to fit in. And that shouldn't be the case, because it's not all of our faults. And I know a lot of people are going to say that's not true, that it is, if you're overweight, it's your fault. It's your problem, it's your fault. But it's not true for everyone. Some people can't handle it. Some people can't control it. It just happens. Like me, for instance. I don't think I've ever been a normal weight. I've always been overweight. And it's because of that I have been tormented and bullied my whole life. But in the end, I don't want that to define me as a person. Yes, I'm not a size 4. I don't weigh 115 pounds. But I still have people who could come and tell you I'm a great person. I do great things. Because I don't let that overweight or obese term define me. I'm still a person. I'm still human. Same thing for someone who's 90 pounds underweight. They're still human. They can still do things. Yes, it's unhealthy. I get that. Yes, being obese, overweight does have health risks. Diabetes, death. It has its downfalls. It does. It is unhealthy. We should all work to strive to be healthy. But what people need to understand is, for some people, it's not a real concept. Some people just can't do it. And it's really hard to explain. Because if you have not been put in that situation where you don't understand what's going on with your body, you don't understand what's going on to that person who's weighs 300 pounds and can't lose weight. Unless you have been that person, you'll never understand. And it's not for something for you to get. Not everyone can understand it. I mean, not everyone understands what it's like to be an alcoholic or a drug addict. We don't understand because we've never been through it. But because of that, it shouldn't be right to criticize or judge because of that person's choices. Okay? Yes, we choose to eat unhealthy or healthy. Yes, it's a choice. Most of us make bad choices. Those bad choices affect us mentally and physically. Okay? We get that. We understand. It's a health risk. Okay? But it doesn't help when that person's in the back saying, oh, you're fat. You're too fat. You know, you're not a size 4. You can't do that because you're too fat. Or the big one that I've heard all my life, you'd be so pretty if you lost weight. Well, again, I don't want that term to define me, and I hope there's people out there that live the same way. Because you're overweight, that doesn't make you any less of a human being. And even if you're underweight, it's the same purpose. Under or overweight, you're still human. We still have jobs, we still have families, and we still have goals in our lives and dreams. We're no different than a person at a normal health, weight, and height. We're no different. Yeah, I mean health risks, but who doesn't have health risks? Even the skinniest, healthiest person on this planet has health risks. Everyone has health risks. I'm not saying that you should be overweight or underweight. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we understand it's unhealthy. We get it. I mean, we live it every day. We understand that we have knee pain or back pain or diabetes. I mean, we get it. Trust me, we understand. But it's just something that people need to understand and take into perspective. Most of us are just born that way. It's a mental disorder that a lot of people don't realize you can get help. You can get help. It's an addiction. It's a disorder. It's like alcoholism or drug abuse. It's an addiction. You're abusing the right to eat food. Okay? And you can get help for that. There's lots of programs that you can get help with that. Lots of them. And I'm not saying diet programs. I'm saying people that can actually help you process mentally why you're doing the things you do that cause you to eat the way you do, whether it be too much or too little. There's reasons behind it. And 90% of those reasons are because people just don't understand. It's easier to judge and make fun of and say it's an excuse than to actually sit down and learn about what's going on in that person's mind. And it's not for you to get. If you haven't lived in that situation, you will never understand. You never will. And I know there's going to be several people who watch this and go, that's a little bullshit. That I'm just making all this up or whatever. But to some people who watch this, they're going to understand that what I'm saying makes sense. All I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if you're overweight, if you're at the right weight for your height or age, or if you're underweight. It doesn't matter. All we need to do is just feel comfortable in our own skin. When you start feeling comfortable with yourself, you'll start becoming more confident. You'll start becoming more energetic and happy in your life because you'll be blocking out all of that negativity that's been following you around. It's hard, yes. I understand. It's really hard to figure that out because we will never really be 100% positive with our bodies. I'm not. I'm self-conscious as hell. But you can't go on living your life looking at the person next to you saying, I wish I looked like that. I wish I weighed that much, or I wish I could fit into that. You can't do that. You need to be self-energized as to say, this is who I am. If you want to change, then change. But don't do it because somebody is telling you you have to. Because that's just not, it won't do you any good. Now, if you want to lose weight or gain weight, that's perfectly fine. Do whatever you want with yourself. It's your body in the end. If overeating makes you happy, then do it. I mean, who am I to tell you to not? I'm not a doctor. I mean, I'm not telling you it's good. I'm not saying you should go out and overeat just because you want to. But if you're not ready to change, if you're not ready to understand and get help, that's perfectly fine. You will come to terms when you're ready. But people in this world need to understand how much loving yourself can get you. When you love yourself, you become so much happier, so much more confident, and you want to go out and do things. You want to go out and be with people. It's the people that don't realize that live in depression and who are alone and constantly feel that need of I wish or I want. You need to take the I wish and the I wants out and just have whatever it is you want. I want to be confident. Take out the I, take out the want. What do you have left? Confidence. You're confident. Wear that dress that you want to wear. Wear that shirt you want to wear. Wear those jeans that you want to wear. Don't care. Don't let the other people's thoughts or judgments on you affect the way you look and feel. You shouldn't have to wear a size 3X shirt to hide your little fat roll because the kid next door said something about your weight. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, we were all taught the golden rule, and I know it's really stupid to some people, but it's respect. Really, it is. You're not just respecting other people anymore. You have to respect yourself. And that's all you can do. That's all this is just respecting yourself. When people start understanding that, this world will get so much better. There are people out there who really do care about you and who really do want to be in your lives. For every one person that is out there judging you, making you feel like you're not superior to the rest of us, there is 10 people standing behind that one person telling you you can do it, and you are. You just have to know who to listen to. 99.9% of us are listening to the people who are telling us we can't. And because we're listening to that I can't, we're not hearing the thousands of you cans behind us. That's what we need to be focusing on. Ourselves, our inner beauty. You are beautiful. Man, woman, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter. Underweight, overweight, perfectly weight. You are beautiful no matter what. As long as you feel beautiful, that's all that matters. Don't worry about what other people are saying, because there's probably a reason that person can't see the inner beauty. They're not supposed to. If people can't see your inner beauty or even your outer beauty, it's because they can't see it in themselves. That's all there is to it. I know this video probably doesn't make a lot of sense, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be bashing it and hating on me just because of my own opinions, but I don't really care. It's my opinion. I know there's going to be some people out there who actually get it and agree with me to some extent, but that's all it is self-respect. Love yourself, because that's all we can do in this society. That's all we have is love for ourselves. So, thanks. I hope you understand and you realize how beautiful you truly are.